Hello everyone, my name is Lakna. If you're new to my channel, a big welcome, and to all of my regular subscribers, welcome back. I am so grateful for you all. Thank you for tuning in. I know it's been a while since my last video, but honestly, I have had so many insights that I've been meaning to share, so I am feeling really motivated now to share it all. I've got so many notes. If you see me looking down, I just want to make sure I haven't missed anything that has come up for me, because some of these notes have been a while back. I just haven't had the chance or the motivation actually to upload, to post, to connect with you all on YouTube. But I'm really feeling the urge today. I'm feeling like there is at least someone out there who really needs to hear some of these messages that have come through, that have really helped inspire me and given me some insights and motivation, and really just helping me feel more clarity and encouragement for what's to come. And there is so much to come in the month of December, and then, I feel like the month of December is really a massive preparation for us for the year of 2025. So it's good if we can all prepare as much as possible by knowing what energies to expect. So let's get into it. Let's start with the month of December and some of the insights I have to share with you all, using a blend of the Vedic astrology, tarot, and numerology, which is what I always love to do with these monthly updates. So the month of December in numerology is a number 11 month. So with numerology, the way it works is you add up the numbers in the year. So 2024, 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 4, plus the month of December, so 12. So 2 plus 2 plus 4 plus 1 plus 2 is 11. So 11 is the numerology of December. And then you add up, you bring it down to the smallest number, which is the number 2. So these two numbers are sort of overarching energies, themes of the month of December. The number 11 is the Justice card, and the number 2 is the High Priestess in tarot. So these are two of the overarching archetypal energies that we will be experiencing in the month of December. It's interesting, both of these two archetypes are seen sitting sort of behind veils. Yeah, they're both behind veils. The Justice card is sort of carrying this information of what lies beneath that veil of the Justice is the real objective truth. The Justice card gives us discernment, true discernment, to understand what is really true. The Justice card is also about balance, fairness, seeing things in a completely unbiased way. The Justice card is truth seeking, clarity seeking. It's all about discernment. The Justice helps us to cut through illusions, to sort of rise above the polarities that exist, to see the deeper truth. The Justice is super logical, super rational, and is able to put aside feelings and emotions to get to the deepest truth. And in a way, the Justice card is really rising above common human misunderstandings, misinterpretations that most most of us have some level of bias within us, depending on the wounds that we carry. It sort of changes the way that we perceive life and the way that we judge things. So the Justice card is able to rise above that to see the deeper truth. What are the real facts? How do you know what you're seeing is actual fact and actual truth, or is it just your perspective? Which is a really interesting question, and it gets really deep when you think about the fact that all of us see things differently based on our own perception of the world. So now in this month of December, we are given more of an opportunity to gain the clarity, to gain deeper understanding of what is truth beyond our own internal perception of what that could be. Similarly, but very different, the High Priestess also sees the truth with this eye, not with these eyes. The High Priestess is able to feel and understand on a subconscious, metaphysical, spiritual, otherworldly level through her psychic gifts, through her intuition, that deeper knowing that you have through trusting your intuition. And what is behind the veil of the High Priestess is the otherworldly knowledge, the psychic realms, the subconscious realm, the things that we don't really see with our physical eyes, but maybe with this eye, what we feel to know is true. So it's all to do with, trusting your intuition, the sacred, subconscious, the unseen realms, emotional, psychic realms, that real deep wisdom that comes from all of that. That veil of the High Priestess is the veil between the conscious and the subconscious realms. So both of these cards are similar in that they both aim at uncovering the hidden truths and the deepest truth beyond any illusions, and really being able to discern what is true. And so those are two big themes of December. Getting into Vedic astrology, December has very rare, there is going to be 2 new moons, one at the start on the 1st of December, and then one at the end of December on December 30th. This is very rare, and I don't believe in coincidences. I believe that this month of December is like doubly as strong as usual months because of 2 new moons at the very start and very end. New moons symbolize new beginnings. It's the time for us to set our intentions and our goals. And of course, there is a new moon on the 30th of December before we move into the new year. It is really ideal timing for us to set new intentions, to reflect on what we want to leave behind and what we want to bring in, new energy that we want to bring in moving forward. Mercury recently went retrograde on November 25th and will end its retrograde on December 15th. Once it ends retrograde, it will be stationing to move direct, and on that day, on the 15th, we have a full moon. In Vedic astrology, this full moon is in the nakshatra called Mrigashira, in the sign of Taurus, and this full moon is going to be at the very last degree of Taurus, while the sun will also be at its last degree in Scorpio, moving into Sagittarius, then the moon will move into Gemini. So this cycle of completion, which full moons signify the ending of a cycle, but this full moon, especially as we move to the very last degrees of both signs and moving into the next zodiac, it's very symbolic, very significant in showing that we will be completing a cycle specifically to do with that axis of Taurus and Scorpio, because it will be the full moon at the very last degree of Taurus, while the sun will be at the very last degree of Scorpio. The full moon, the new moon that happens on the 1st of December is also happening in Scorpio. We have a lot of energy in Scorpio. Mercury is retrograde in Scorpio, which means our mental, our intellect, our communication, all of that is going back in time, reflecting on the themes of Scorpio, and wherever you have Scorpio in your life. Jupiter is also in Taurus, so there is a lot of energy in these two signs, so I highly recommend you have a look at where you have both of these two zodiac signs in your chart, which two houses you have them especially. Those two houses are being extremely activated and are asking you to really pay attention to see what needs to be looked at, revised and reflected on. What hasn't been working? What have you been doing that, patterns and habits that you need to sort of leave behind? Or maybe it's certain patterns and habits that you need to reflect on in a more positive way, and to really be proud of yourself, and to pick up on more gratitude for yourself in those areas, to just focus on more and to improve on and to increase more in your life as well. But those two areas especially are being activated. Then Mars retrogrades on December 6th until February 24th. So Mars is retrograde in the sign of Cancer for a long time. It will also retrograde back into Gemini. This is not the most comfortable place for Mars, but a theme that I have been seeing coming up in a lot of this new sort of transits and activity is the need to balance out that masculine Martian energy, which is Mars is all about our ability to be our warrior, defender, protector for ourselves and for the values that we believe in and the people that we love. Yeah, being a warrior, a defender, a protector, taking action, taking aligned action, being courageous for ourselves. Those are the things that Mars is about. It's also about being able to have that conflict and confrontation that we need to stand up for ourselves and assert ourselves. Yeah, so that energy of Mars, I can see that really wanting to connect with the feminine energy. Mars retrograding in Cancer. Cancer is ruled by the moon. Cancer is one of the most feminine signs. It's flowy, it's to do with water and nurturing, and it's like a motherly sign. So with Mars retrograding in Cancer, we are being asked to reflect on the way that we take action and are we doing that in an intuitively aligned way. A lot of Vedic astrologers say that Mars is really uncomfortable in Cancer because of how nurturing and caring and sensitive Cancer is. It becomes a harder place for Mars to, and for ourselves to be able to assert ourselves and to be courageous and do the things we need to for ourselves, it becomes harder. It's very flowy, it's very sensitive. But with Mars retrograding in Cancer, in this time we're being asked to reflect on where we can be more nurturing and caring and sensitive and emotional with the way that we act and we assert ourselves in our life, and to reflect on where we have been too much of that and where we need more like of that Martian energy to stand up for ourselves. And it doesn't have to be in such a strong, aggressive way. Cancer teaches us that sometimes it is the quiet, peaceful warrior that is the strongest and most powerful, because I really believe that there's a saying, it's like just because you're the loudest in the room, it doesn't mean you're the strongest. Actually, sometimes the most quietest person who is in some sort of conflict, who's able to stand there stoically and just take so much criticism and hatred and like anger from someone without reacting, instead responding intuitively and calmly and really caringly, that is a warrior in my eyes, because they're able to control their emotions. And I'm not saying that Mars in Cancer knows how to control their emotions, but it is an opportunity for us to be more, just to reflect more on how we can control our emotions more and respond more than reacting to life, and to heal by feeling. Cancer is all about feeling to the deepest depths of their emotions. Cancers are real feelers. So, and Mars is not really about that, but now we are really given the time to go back in time, to go back to our past and reflect on the way that we have been asserting ourselves or have failed to assert ourselves and stand our ground. And yeah, just reflect on that and be kind to ourselves and allow ourselves to feel all of the issues to do with the themes of Mars. And now we can reflect on how we can stand up for ourselves more, have better boundaries, be stronger in who we are, standing up for ourselves and really knowing who we are. Another really interesting planetary shift happening when Mars goes retrograde on the 6th of December, Neptune will be stationing to go direct. And I don't believe in coincidences. I believe this is all, collectively happening to assist us. And so obviously Mars, our, planet of the warrior and defender and protector within, goes back in time to reflect on the memories and the past, so that we can really be the best that we can be for ourselves in that way. Neptune now moves direct, stations to go direct, so that we can now also take off the rose-colored glasses of our life to really see it in a very objective way, and with truth, with discernment, with intuition as well. It's very tied into the two tarot of the month. That Neptune going direct is very aligned with these two cards. So we will have more clarity now. It won't feel as foggy. We'll be able to see clearly and be able to really discern the truth. So I'm gonna leave it there with this video. It's just a bit of a summary for the month of December. I will get more into detail in separate videos for the 2 new moons and the full moon, but I'm going to leave this video with a few themes for you all to contemplate on that I have seen resurfacing in each of the new moons and the full moon. So both new moons and the full moon for this month of December are all in nakshatras that are Pitta energy. Pitta is fiery energy that wants you to get up and go and take action, and it's a really passionate energy. It's like, think about fire that gets ignited, and you know, that flame within you that's like so inspired and ready to do and ready to go. And the shadow of Pitta is doing too much that you get burnt out. So this has come up in each new moon and the full moon, so I do think that is significant for us all to reflect on, especially because Mars will be going retrograde for the entire month, starting from the 6th of December until the 24th of Feb. So our planet of drive and action is going back. So and Mercury also will be retrograde until the 15th of December. So we don't have as much energy, and the energy that we do have with Mars in Cancer is very different. Cancer isn't a fiery zodiac sign. Cancer is flowy, like the water. It wants to just move and flow, and it's very sensitive and emotional and feminine in a very masculine sign. So I think there's lots to reflect there on taking intuitive and aligned action when we feel called to, and nurturing ourselves, taking care of ourselves, and not being hard on ourselves when we don't feel like we can do anything. Like, sometimes there are periods and phases in everyone's life, like now, where we aren't supposed to strive so much and be productive in an action-oriented way. Maybe that's not the case for you. We're all different. You need to listen to your body. But yeah, I know that for a lot of us, we won't feel as productive in that way. We may feel productive in other ways though, and yeah, we're all different. So take this message as it resonates for you. We also all have the sign of Cancer in different areas of our life, so depending on what house it's aspecting, that house is being asked to, you know, you're being asked to reflect more on your past. So think about that. Another big theme that I see coming up is the need for us to take responsibility for ourselves and for our lives, and to really gain clarity on our perception of life, to have deeper truth and understanding and clarity on that. Forgiveness and acceptance is another theme that I see as very important to, and I do think that's very connected to Mars in retrograde. Cancer being a very sensitive and emotional sign that doesn't like conflict and confrontation can mean that there can be areas in our life that we are supposed to reflect on now, where we haven't maybe stood up for ourselves or been assertive or taken a stand when we needed to, and that can definitely create resentment within us. And when, you know, when we don't express ourselves in a healthy way and we don't deal with those emotions, they get stored in us and they become resentments, they become toxins in us that we need to release and we need to heal. So this is really the aim of Mars in retrograde, is to allow us to heal those things. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it now on this video. Stay tuned for the next new moon video, and yeah, I hope that you all have a beautiful December. Please let me know your own personal experiences. I love to hear your own little stories, and if anything resonates and any synchronicities, I love hearing about synchronicities. Please let me know. Other than that, I will see you all in my next video. Take care, everyone.